Yes, I do! I got
Nice.
That's exactly the feeling I have when I'm like, oh, I'm finally catching up on my to-read pile. And then I look to the left. And then I look in the rear view and there's a big pile of comics that I haven't read. Welcome everyone to our follow-up on the next issue.
Literally 2 stacks next to me this big
Yeah.
of unread comics.
Yeah, outside of this, I mean, you can see there's a little pile here, but these are just things I need to put away. But like around me, my desk is just like comics all over the place that I need to catalog and read and finish. But welcome everyone to a very special. So if you've been paying attention, whenever we have a shorter stream on Saturdays and we don't get to the comics, we do a follow-up stream on Sunday. So if you ever, I mean, let us know. Do you like this format? Do you rather have 2 shorter shows back to back? I don't know. I don't know if people have 2 hours of their Saturday to give to us, because we can pivot. We can pivot hard.
We love pivoting.
We love to pivot.
You put the
We are
foot
like
down,
that.
you just pivot.
We're like that scene in Friends where Ross is just yelling at everyone. Pivot,
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 pivot.
Real quick, I was thinking about this the other day. That I think is my favorite practical Batmobile. The one from the Pattinson movie. Now, my favorite all-time Batmobile is the '89 Batmobile, but that would be very impractical to actually use as a car if you're trying to fight crime, because you would have to take the widest turns ever.
You don't fancy the Tumbler?
The Tumbler seems very impractical.
It's got a bat pod in it though. Whenever it gets destroyed,
it does have a bat pod, and I feel like you would just be. I feel like the second. Sometimes if you're going to bring Batman into the real world, then I feel like, how would that Tumbler, if you're driving around like tiny corners in downtown, not even downtown, if you think of like up like those areas of like, if we live in Dallas, so like Knox Henderson, I don't know if you've ever been down there. Those are tiny little streets, tight corners. Like the Batmobile, like he's got to switch over to the bike by that point.
Or you just pancake over cars, like.
Or you can just pancake over cars.
You just pancake
and he's
over
like,
cars.
Bruce Wayne will pay for it. Don't worry. I hope you have Wayne insurance.
The one Batmobile that makes pancakes.
That would be really interesting if Wayne Enterprises got into the insurance like gig. Like, how could he also profit off of being not just like, how could he profit off of being Batman? Like Batman insurance. But I feel like you do a lot of payouts, but not if you're, like every other insurance company.
Not if you choose not to cover Batman related accidents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, onto that. I don't know how to get segue from that, Jeff. So we're just gonna
sorry.
We have, I guess I should have seen if we had any quick hits to do it today, but it's all right. We'll just dive into comics because today that's what really is all about. We might talk about some TV and other stuff towards the end of the show, but I want to start with. So I was talking to Jeff right before we got into we went live, and we're like, well, you should just do this conversation live. This week we got a new book that I've read. Jeff hasn't read it. It's the Age of Revelation 0, the X-Men. Now this is this variant is a 1 per store, Humberto Ramos homage variant, obviously to the X-Men cover, but it's a whole new. The first thing
is that Cyclops on the cross, or who is
it?
It
is
on
Cyclops on the cross, yeah,
okay.
Or on the X. So the first thing I'll say, we're not getting a follow-up to this until like October.
Yeah,
like this the whole Age of the Age of Revelation doesn't begin till October, and it felt weird to have it so early.
Because I hear this is very much a 0 issue. Like it is kicking off the story. Like like if you were reading it, you would expect there to be next month would be the thing. So I am confused as to why they released this so early.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to the end, which there's a full review for it on the channel, and I'll say this: I enjoyed it. But we were just talking about. I really thought going into this, when this was announced, like this is my chance to get out from under the X-Men books. Unfortunately, have not been enjoying everything as much as I did the Krakoan Age stuff, right? Like there's a few series that I do like, and we can maybe talk about those. What I was thinking we should do is do like a tier ranking of the from the Ashes era titles, because I think for the most part we might have checked them all out, even if we didn't keep reading, which would be kind of how we assign it, right? Like
Yeah.
like stuff that we kept reading that we enjoy, stuff that we plan to read, stuff that we didn't care for, and then stuff that was like bad overall.
I think I
So
tried. I'm trying to remember all the ones I've tried, or at least picked up one issue of.
yeah.
Uh, it was all the three main X-Men titles: X Factor, Dazzler. There may have been one or two. I might have tried one of the Wolverines, one of the
Did
8 Wolverines.
X Factor just disappear? Like
I
did
think
it
it's
just
still
end?
going.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I haven't seen one in stores in like months.
They were part of that whatever crossover, and I think they kept
Well,
going after
yeah.
that.
No, they weren't even invited to the Krakoan vigil.
That was what was weird because I maybe I don't know, maybe they just wrapped up. But I
Let's
feel
see.
like I've seen within the last couple of months an
It
X
looks
Factor.
like the last issue was issue 10 in May 14th. Okay, so I'm not crazy. They
Oh,
were
okay.
part of
Well,
the
maybe
X-Men hunt. You're right. But the last issue, I'm on League of Comic Geeks right now. So it looks like
what month
only
are we
10
in?
issues.
July. Okay. It's like
Yeah.
what year? What year are we in? What is it going on? Uh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the Age of Revelation, time really it messes everything up. Uh Let me see. What did the last issue get on? Yeah, they don't even have a review. Did this even come out? People didn't review it? What's going on? People are usually very vocal. Oh yeah, 4 stars, 2.5 stars. I mean, it looks like it was overall well received, and Mark Russell is a good writer, so like I was not expecting it to be bad or anything.
I'll tell you
Yeah, I
what the
like.
problem I had with X Factor is that Mark Russell. So if you've been a longtime X-Men reader, then you've probably read Ecstatics,
Yes.
which is by Peter Milligan, and they those two titles are covering this exact same ground, which is what happens when you capitalize superheroic sort of,
Mhm.
and they try to profit off of being a mutant super team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, so it's a lot of the same kind of themes, and I just enjoyed after reading about 5 issues. I was just like, I just like the Milligan run. Like they were doing it so much smarter, I guess, which is weird because I love Mark. This is like 100% Mark Russell's bread and butter. Like he
Yeah,
is
yeah,
full
yeah.
on like uh, that kind of writer who puts political tones into his writing, and it just felt I don't know, it just felt very rehashed to me. So I dropped out.
And
But
X
if you have not
Factor,
read that stuff, I'm
yeah.
sure it was good.
I think X Factor's always been the team that's like there's always like like a corporate message or something like that, right? I think for the
Hmm.
most part,
Hmm.
maybe during the Coinage, I don't even know if we had an X Factor. I don't remember. I don't think they
I don't
used that. They
remember.
called it something
Yeah, I don't think
else.
so.
We did have an X Factor. It was the where they did the what is it, the medicine, like they ran the
There's like
corporation,
a
and
medic
it was those very
X
cool
Corp.
covers the by the artist that did the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forget
yeah.
the artist name. um is it Aha? Maybe I think it was the Aha
They,
covers.
yeah.
Yeah, which I liked, and I think my favorite X Factor run is the Peter David from Marvel Now era around 2014, where they
Hmm.
work for Cerberus. They're like a corporate run team. So, but yeah, I think this is definitely something I would probably revisit now that it's done. Now that it's 10 issues, I think it's pretty fair to do. I like Bob Quinn's art. It feels very dynamic and cartoony, which kind of fits with the tone of this because you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
really
yeah.
take anything that's going on in this book seriously. So, um,
And Havoc, I love Havoc. Havoc is one of my favorite X-Men like
Havoc, yeah,
characters.
yeah,
Uh,
he's and of
Anything
course,
he's in lead in, and he's kind of an old like he's been with X Factor, like he's been in X Factor titles before. So I think he's kind of associated with X Factor almost as much as he is with the X-Men in my head.
yeah.
So
And they introduced that granny character as well, and in
hmm.
the I think one of them was a cloud. There was some interesting idea. I think I should go back and revisit that. We will do later. Maybe next week we can do it since Josh isn't gonna be in the stream. You want to just revisit the From the Ashes era since it's coming to an end?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Oh, there you go.
Programming on the fly.
There you go. This is actually just a meeting about the podcast. We're not really doing it.
Yeah. We'll just have
we just figure we put the meetings online as well. Get you guys a little bit more content.
Content is content.
All right. Content ties your life. If X Factor would do one thing, it's create content out of everything that they do.
Yes,
so we follow that very quick. All right. Let's get into what we've been reading and I guess to wrap up this Age of Revelation stuff, they're gonna spin out like 16 different series out of this, and not spin out. They're not tie-ins or anything. Like they're just gonna be ongoing series set in this like bubble of a world, reminiscent to the Age of Apocalypse. Now, I've never read the Age of Apocalypse. Jeff, have you read Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah, I read it when it came out, and I have most of those issues. I believe it's okay. Yeah, it's pretty. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 titles altogether. There was an Omega issue that kind of where Legion. I don't remember all the lead up. I know Legion ends up killing Professor X like in the past, which gives way for Apocalypse to rise to power in that pocket universe. And then out of that, you've got the amazing X-Men. I forget, there were like 2 X-Men titles, a Gambit and a Gambit title, a Gen X title, or the Kid title, whatever that was called. Maybe like 1 or 2 others. I can't remember all of it. I read the 2 main issues, some of Gambit and the externals, and then the wrap-up stuff where they came back into the universe.
Yeah, I mean,
but I do
what I remember.
I get it kind of confused with the Onslaught stuff because it's kind of the same vibe.
It feels very similar, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what sets it apart for me is I think is Joe Madureña was drawing a lot of that. Like or maybe he designed a lot of the characters. I just feel like his art style really reminds me of the Age of Apocalypse. So
yeah.
Shout out
but
Joe.
He got cool stuff.
Yeah, he did a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, there were some really cool designs to come out of that. And you got, Wild Child came out of that, the character Wild Child, and Blink, huge X-Men for a while.
We saw, and it gave us that. We saw that live action Age of Apocalypse Wolverine with the one hand in the
exactly
Wolverine movie. Which, like, why did he lose a hand, and why didn't that one grow back? Like,
right? It's just cast. It's just a cover. It's like when you put a cup over your fist. I guess his hand is still there. If he just chooses not to use it.
I remember at the end of this is way tangential, but at the end of the Wolverine, that the Silver Samurai cuts off his adamantium claws.
Oh yeah,
because I guess they wanted to bring him back to the bone claws. But then Logan was the Logan movie was like, no, that never happened. He's getting adamantium poisoning, and he's got his adamantium claws back somehow.
Yeah.
That was
a fever dream.
Yeah. I guess we'll save that because we were also talking about doing revisiting the X-Men. I think it's a big anniversary coming up for one or some of those movies. The first one, maybe?
The movies. Yeah, the movies.
Yeah. I didn't read the article Josh sent us because I wanted to save it for the show. So,
yeah.
There you go. A lot of X-Men in the future. And in the past.
X-Men.
That's right. All right. Well, but yeah, I mean, I'll be checking at least issue number 1 of this stuff for a lot of things, just for the channel. But I think
this is Jed MacKay, right? Jed MacKay is kind of helming this whole thing.
He's kind of spearheading the whole thing. So, but I am saving. I think I'm switching my reading habits of X-Men to just read trades because I've been reading a lot of those as collections instead of monthly, and I think it reads a lot better. It's easier for me to cover it on the channel, and it leads to not having thousands of comic books laying around everywhere. So, you did this
I believe
yourself,
one of the comics I read this month was an X-Men comic. believe.
Yeah.
Exceptional X-Men came out this month or this week
Well,
rather. Yeah.
Let's get into that. I think you have an X-Men title on your list, so if you want to start there, and we can just go through the. We'll go one and one, I guess, and then get through all our stuff.
This is this might be the I'm about out on. So I dropped Jed McKay's X-Men, the adjectiveless X-Men. I'm this close to dropping Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men.
Oh no! But
And then
the
just
kids.
keeping this. Yeah, well, so that's my problem. So this covers the exact same thing, kind of, sort of, as Gale's, because these are three. Well, that's Kitty up there, but you've got a couple of new kid X-Men that they're training.
Okay.
Kitty, Emma, and Iceman. So they're up in New York. They're kind of, sort of, they're not even like a formalized team. They don't call themselves the X-Men or anything like that. They are just renting a dance studio, Emma and Kitty, and they just happen to be training these three random kids that they ran into in the street.
Did they
just
move
how
from
to use their
Chicago?
powers. I think they were.
Kitty was running a bar in Chicago, right? When Emma found her.
Oh no, you're right. Chicago. That's
okay,
why
okay.
he's there. Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, because I was like, man, they went back to New York. That feels like the one thing Kitty did not want to do at the first issue.
No, yeah. No, I was, because I think they were, because of the Krakoa
Because
thing,
of the vigil,
they were in New York.
they went. Yeah,
because of the vigil. Yeah. Yeah. So they're in Chicago, and they're just, it's just like light training. Bobby Drake is there, but Kitty, like, the whole story is kind of centered around Kitty and her trauma dealing with Krakoa, and how she's like, she actually doesn't want to teach these kids at all, because she was like, it's almost like one of those child actors who are like, I want nothing to do with the business anymore. That's kind of where Kitty's head is at. But she, like the Godfather, she's dragged back into the X-Men stuff. But there's not really a whole lot of, like, super battle that, like, they had to deal with Mr. Sinister for a little bit, but there's no like team. Yeah, he all had to deal with the worst. But there's no team superhero aspect to it, other than these kids are just learning how to use their powers, just happen to get involved in stuff. So I like it better. It just flows easier. I believe the characters more than Gale's. I think Gale's having a lot of fun with her Uncanny X-Men. David Marquez loves putting Wolverine in jorts. I will tell you that 100%. He's in jorts more often in that comic than I know. Like, it's just so weird. I think it's so funny.
I now want to do like a supercut of all the Wolverine George panels. So maybe when I catch up on Gale's, I'll do that. And this one's by
the jorts now.
This one's by E-Viewing, right? Exceptional.
Yeah, exceptional.
Great stuff.
So yeah, I love it. It's still the once this iteration of the X-Men from the Ashes goes away and we move into the whatever this next thing is, I will be sad that this one goes away. And I hope E-Viewing gets. I'll probably start following her or them.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I've read from her in the past that it made me excited for this book. So it's just some of the other X-Men titles. Like, it's almost like one X-Men titles poisoned my mind against all X-Men titles, and I was like, do I like X-Men?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
I'm still very salty about the Krakoan, and like I don't think I've moved on from that trauma yet either. So
I think that's kind of where I'm at too, because I'm just like, they fumbled Jonathan Hickman's original story. He was like a 3-year contract, I'm in, I'm out kind of thing, and then and Marvel loved the first part so much that they were just like, keep it here, and then we'll figure it out later. And then when later came, they were like, I don't know, it just ends. Like, I was like, what? And then they all just go back to being like the same thing that they were before. It's too jarring for me.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk about first Absolute Batman number 10. Mm-hmm. This is probably the gnarliest book that I've read in a while from Batman. There's some stuff in here that I'm like, Nick Dragotta is going to just give me nightmares. But I love this idea of Batman kind of being trapped at this Arkham Asylum thing. And just like having to figure it out. But yeah, my favorite panel is this one here. Or my favorite page. Like, that just looks cool. Like, this is why I read comics right here. Look at that. So yeah, awesome. I continue to really, really enjoy Absolute Batman.
Yeah, there's some gruesome stuff. They're definitely leaning into the body horror of this comic, I guess.
Apparently,
in
this
this
is the first appearance of this universe's Clayface as well, which I was like, there was a lot of body parts running around in this issue. Which one's Clayface?
issue. There are a lot of like bubbling masses.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I just
Yes.
love Bane teasing him like, oh please, please try it one more time. Try me again. So
So we did a Marvel, we did DC. I'll do an Image. His Battle Beast, #3. This is just a fun comic. Like there's nothing like deep or insightful about it. It's just if you like action.
oh yeah, I haven't read it. I haven't read this one, but I did pick up. I forgot I had it on one pull, so I got the normal cover, and then this Nakayama cover
Oh yeah,
was really cool.
that's
So
great.
yeah, I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, it's just Battle Beast battling
Battle
beasts.
Did you? I didn't read this. I just want to show you. Did you pick up the Aquaman Shark Week promotional comic? Did you
I
shop
did
any of
not.
these? Okay.
If it did, I didn't pay attention. I didn't even know it was a thing. That's
Yeah, yeah,
funny
yeah.
though.
All right. I'll go
Which,
by
by the
myself.
way, I for
Yeah.
years, like during like when they had an Aquaman, Jason Momoa, I was like, how did they not have? It's like it wasn't even that. I was like, they had King Shark as like, how have they not had King Shark host a Shark Week show at all?
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm just like that seems,
Yeah.
especially
Now
during the
wait.
Suicide. Yeah, yeah. When James Gunn's The Suicide Squad was like the biggest thing that year, and everybody loved King Shark. Just hire Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, no, now wait.
Have him say Shark Week.
That's right. They
Uh,
probably can already put it together from all the words that he said in Suicide Squad.
right,
All right, but
exactly.
the one I will bring up is Absolute Flash #4. Number 4.
Oh yeah, that's good.
#5. I really like this book a lot. It's a lot of fun. I will say we have Al Kaplan, I think, is the artist on this one. It's not Nick Robles. It's a little bit different. There are some
Still really
really
good though.
cool. There's some really cool panels. Like this is a really
Yeah.
cool. But the way that Kaplan draws the eyes on some of these characters, like I don't know, like it, because he draws a little like eyelashes too, and I'm like, I don't know if that we don't need that kind of level. I don't know. It throws me off because his lines are a lot thinner than Robles's art. So some of the panels did catch me a little off guard, but I enjoy it though. I love the friendship between Grodd and Wally. Like
Like the Ralph kind of like.
yeah. That's kind of like what I was talking about. So, but overall, I'm really enjoying the book. Really enjoying this. I like that they're breaking up into like 3-issue arcs, kind of
Yeah.
almost. Yeah. So
Yeah, but I think that I wonder if they're gonna do when they get to trades, if they're gonna go 6 issues per
oh, they
thing
better do. I
or
think the other ones have been 6. Absolute
okay.
Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman have been 6 issues.
Did you pick up Godzilla
Oh, did I ever?
Destroys the Marvel Universe?
Did I ever? Yes, sir.
Love
This
the
is what I
artwork.
wanted. This is what I wanted in those one shots.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at this wraparound cover.
I might have to go. I hope that Mac. See, I wanted this. I wanted this one because I thought this cover was super cool.
No, it
It's
is
such a
super
big week.
cool.
It's
I
such a big week.
agree.
I
It
was
is
like, I
super
am
cool.
not buying 2
I know.
comics.
That's how they get you.
Although I will tell you, I accidentally bought 2 Absolute Flashes #4 because I
Oh,
had one
really?
in my pool and I didn't see it in my pool, so I went and grabbed one off the shelf, and then I just it's like,
Well, sometimes. Well, at least that if you're a subscriber, I mean, I guess probably for any customer, but I've done that at Titan once before, and as long as I bring the comic back in, its original shape, they'll just let me pick another comic. Like they'll just give me store credit for it.
I might try that. I don't know.
Yeah, like
I was
because I mean,
just gonna like.
you're a regular, right? It's not like you didn't find comics of the back of a truck and then you're just pawning
Right.
Absolute Flash #4s everywhere in town, trying to
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
another comic book. That's a really
Sometimes
interesting scheme.
sometimes on TikTok I'll see people do like, I'm gonna give away a thing at once I get
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers or whatever. And I've always been like, why would you give away? Like, I don't have anything to give away. Like, I want to keep all my stuff. It's my stuff. I
Yeah.
don't want to give anything. But now I have an Absolute Flash #4 that I don't
You
need.
know.
So I could just be like, I had this random comic to give away. I actually have
I,
a small pile.
I've given away codes whenever I buy like multiple of the same Marvel book, like and stuff like that. But I agree, it's my stuff, mine.
We got the crypto, the last dog of Krypton number 2. Yeah, number 2. I like that this came with a trigger warning at the
Oh
very
no, is there
beginning of the
dog
book.
violence? I haven't read it. Is there dog
Oh
violence?
yeah, it says right at the very beginning. This issue contains scenes of a bad person with a good dog. True heroes care for their furry friends and treat them with
Oh,
love and respect. Yeah, Lex Luthor. Do not let Lex Luthor
that's what
dog
I was
sit for
worried
you.
about, because at the end of the first issue, like you see Crypto and Lex, and I'm like, what? And
Yeah,
then after
yeah.
watching the movie, you're like, um, but
Great
this is one of the
issue.
books I read. I picked up the first issue just to have it, but I'm definitely just gonna get the trade of this when it's out. I'm not I'm not buying any more singles of this one. This is because I know it's just a limited series, so like, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
gotta change those habits. All right. Well, Jeff, you know you mentioned Gail Simone earlier, and she is apparently a big fan of Rebel Moon, specifically the character Nemesis in Zack
Oh,
Snyder's Rebel Moon. And when Zack Snyder heard that, somebody got back to him and like, "Hey, do you want to do you want to do a series?" So I read Rebel Moon Nemesis, which is just about the Nemesis character. So I picked up this cover and this cover. And the cool thing is that this is a prequel story, so you don't need to even know much about the movies, and it's really just a revenge story, which is like, oh, I've read enough Gail Simone to know that she's gonna do a good job with that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
this character has swords that are made out of lasers. Now, in this cover, they're made out of fire because they just caught on fire, but they are laser swords, pretty much. So yeah, it's very cool. I like the art a lot too. It's very stylized and cartoony, and violent.
Oh,
So like, yeah,
nice.
if you enjoyed Gale's like Red Sonja and stuff like that, I think this is a good book to read as well. So
I've still not
and
watched Rebel Moon.
if you like Rebel Moon, I mean, you might as well just watch the director's cuts now. There's like, 6 hours of your life.
Yeah, I'll do that. 100%. Right after this is over.
Right after this, all right, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is Robin and Batman Jason Todd issue number 2. The artwork on this thing is, oh my god, so good.
Yeah,
By
and then I like that we're gonna see
Kevin.
the other. I haven't read this one, but I'm guessing we're gonna see the other Robin, or I guess the other Robin maybe,
Yes,
who's
Dick
Nightwing
Grayson
now.
does Dick Nightwing does appear in this issue. And this is 100% a tragedy book. Like every single, because we all know, if you read comics, and you know what happens to Jason Todd. He
Yeah,
gets killed by the Joker and then comes back to life. Anyway, so this is obvious before before he gets killed by the Joker. So this is all leading up to it. And and Jeff Lemire is playing with every single character is like, are we making the wrong choices with Jason? Like we should not
yeah.
have brought him into this. So it's very much a tragedy kind of a comic. Uh,
And
so you know,
Jeff Lemire's very good at writing that kind of stuff, like too,
yeah, 100%.
the more somber, which is interesting because the Absolute Flash book is also like, it's very tragic overall. Like there's a lot of shit going on with Wally that's just really bad. So
Yeah, Jeff Lemire really does like writing sad kids. Now that I'm thinking about his like over,
Descender,
yeah,
right? I mean, it was a sad kid robot, but it's still a sad kid.
his what is it? God, what's the one with the where the kid? It's like the Stand By Me where they find the superhero dead in the woods.
Oh,
Uh,
wow, okay. Yeah,
Plutonia,
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember
Plutonia,
it. I don't remember
Plutonia is like
the
a bunch of
title.
kids. Plutonia,
Yeah.
and then
Minor
the last one he
Arcana,
did, Minor Arcana. Yeah, that's like a young woman. The one he did right before
sad
that with the
the sad young
bugs.
woman that goes back home.
It was the bugs one that he did with the kid that was like abused kid with the big giant bug friend. I forget what that was
Oh,
called.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm like, oh, they're all kids that are. So
Oh,
anyway, it's
Fireflies, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
fish flies,
fireflies,
fish
fish
flies.
flies. Yeah. So this is kind of right up his alley. So and it's it's
And
gonna be sad, but
this week, Dark Horse Oh, Dark Horse has sent us a preview, but I think it finally came out this week. It's like 10,000 Ink Stains, a memoir by Jeff Lemire. I hear it's very good, so I'm gonna check it out. It's on our box folder if you want to check it out. But I
Yeah,
want
check
to
it out.
also get the physical copy because I just feel like comic memoirs are very interesting, and Jeff Lemire's done so much. Like he was kind of like, I don't know about the height, but like he was really popular when I started reading comics. You know, I think he did that Green Arrow run for the New 52, which I really liked. I don't know if it's the most popular one. So, and then I think that was right as the Black Hammer universe was about to take off. So, yeah, very prolific writer. Of course, Sweet Tooth, which I need to finish the last season on Netflix, but yeah, a lot of stuff from Jeff Lemire. All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of properties, I picked up. Are you a Star Trek person?
Not in the comics. I do enjoy a Trek movie and television show.
Well, can I interest you if you're a fan of not maybe Star Trek and also Christopher Cantwell? I'll recommend to you Red Shirts.
I almost picked this up.
I'm not a Star Trek person, but man, oh man, I like Christopher Cantwell, and I just like the idea of like this is the first page. This is how we start the comic. So they really love playing on the trope, and it's a mini series. I think it's just like 5 or 6 issues. It's really fun, and I think you'll enjoy the kind of commentary on the red shirt trope because there is one red shirt that is like there's a veteran guy that shows up and you're like, how's this guy still alive, right? He's supposed to, you know, these guys all just die. So yeah, it's really cool. And I like Christopher Cantwell a lot. The Out of Alcatraz series is wrapping up in the next couple of weeks, so I need to catch up on that because I think we had a really good time with that first issue when we read it for the show. So
that's a great comic. I'm still reading it.
I
picked up G.I. Joe number 9. Baroness, cover girl in Paris, getting hunted by Raptor. This is great. They're really starting to lean more into. Wow, they've always leaned into the weird G.I. Joe-iness of it all. But when you have a guy that shows up with a lot of birds,
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I need to catch up on Joe.
It's
behind.
good.
I fell behind and then never.
And they're starting to bleed the Transformers stuff into it pretty seamlessly too.
Well, and I think I need to do. That's why I want to catch up because I know when Transformers 25 hits and we get Kirkman and Dan Mora on it, that's really gonna lean heavily into the crossover stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for that. So, all right. Maybe the weirdest book I read this week, Wonder Woman number 23.
Yeah.
Mouseman knows. What is it? Mice have ears, Mouseman knows. That's all they say. That's all they talk about. But what I really love was this first page to just like, I don't know, set the tone of like Batgirl fangirling about meeting Wonder Woman and like she's like, I do know who you are. Like,
yeah,
that's really cool.
It's an interesting issue, especially coming off the heels of watching Superman the movie because it kind of covers a little bit of the same ground.
It does. Yeah. I mean,
and
this whole run's been kind of that, like Diana just like defying rules and crossing all these boundaries because she's just trying to help people.
So. I'm learning that there's a large anti-Tom King group. I don't know if they're a group, but like, you know, sometimes I'll be scrolling through TikTok and people will just be like, Tom King, and just because of his time in the CIA, his government spook days, I guess. They are very anti-Tom King, which I find interesting. I don't know enough about his personal life to have any kind of real opinions on it. But a lot of people seem to think that he was in the torture programs. I don't know about that, but it is interesting that how much government, you know, kind of like stuff that he talks, like he's very much.
I mean, and he lives in DC, so like he's probably surrounded by all kinds of stuff like that. That even if you're not paying attention to everything politically, like it just probably because you live there, like there's probably protests going on and stuff. Like, you know, if you're trying to get around in the neighborhood. I worked in DC for a week a few years ago for a thing that we were doing at work, and like, yeah, you just can't help but to run into it. Like I was 2 blocks away from the White House. This was back in 2018, I think, and I didn't know what to expect, but like, yeah, I mean, but it is just people also living their regular lives there. It just happens to be very close to where the government is. So
You still need
it was very
CVS's.
interesting experience. Very interesting experience. All right.
Yeah, but I thought it was a good issue. And I like that she has her baby with her.
I love that she's carrying the baby around. Reminds me, I don't know if you have like a relative or something that they would always have their babies like strapped on in the
Like a
with, I don't
papoose
know, I
kind
don't
of
know how they
thing.
would do it with the wraps or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It reminded me of that. No,
Also, the book is set up so that Wonder Woman has to sneak into this country to kind of get somebody out. I have a feeling that the Justice League would have been like, "Oh, we'll help you out." Like the Justice League in the book is like, "Ah, you can't do it because of political reasons." And I feel like she goes through Mr. Terrific, and then there's Batman and Superman talk to her and whatever. But I'm like, oh, Batman would have helped her out. Batman would have been like, yeah, let's get this kid out. Yeah, somebody would have been.
Yeah, ironically enough, it is Mr. Terrific that kind of tells her not to do it. Whereas
Yeah,
in the, slight spoilers for the Superman film that we just talked about, it is Mr. Terrific that chooses to go help Lois with her problem. So
yeah. So I'm a little like, I don't believe the Justice League part, but
yeah, maybe
sure,
they just
whatever.
it's a whole scheme of like we have to pretend we have to turn the blind eye to what Diana's doing
Yeah,
and have it on the
it could be.
record that we're not helping out or whatever.
Yeah.
So all right. What else, Jeff? What else you got?
Oh, that was yours. That's right. I got so
Yeah.
caught up in the Imperial number
Yes!
2. Da, 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 da.
It's so
This had
good.
a fun moment when Black Panther ran into the Hulks.
Oh my
It was
god. You're like, what
I,
the hell are you doing here?
I like Ivan Coelho's and Federico Vinciti. I can't say those names, and I apologize. Art.
Yeah.
There are times when it gets to the action, I have a hard time being like, "What's going on exactly?" Especially
There's a
when it's
lot of
shaped.
bright colors in space.
Yeah,
And then you get
yeah,
stuff like this.
yeah, exactly. But then there's some really cool moments that happen. And
Yeah.
also, is this just like everybody is cooing now? It's cool to coo. It seems like we've got not one but 2 coups happening at the same time.
It's coups on coups within coups. It's like a Russian nesting doll of coups happening.
Yeah,
Uh
which
it's
I kind of love because I was like, if there's that much instability, like in our normal lives, you'd be like, okay, yeah, 100%. There's all this instability in the region, which just happens to be
yeah,
space. So yeah, of course, there's like a million coups happening
I
right
know.
now.
Man, going into this, I was like, I don't know what to expect, but it's Jonathan Hickman, so I'm sure he has something interesting to do. And in this one, I feel like he just kind of let loose. He's like, we're just gonna go for the most bonkers ideas. It's not like,
Yeah,
he's not building a world, he's not structuring like a mystery box or anything. He's just like, I mean, there is a mystery here of like who is playing this game of I don't know, intergalactic chess or whatever. But I
well,
don't
and I'm
even care.
wondering.
That's not even the point of the story, I don't think.
No, I think that's just kind of. I mean, that we've seen that trope in comics before a million
Yeah.
times, where these like powerful beings kind of are playing chess with all our heroes. I'm intrigued. I'm always weary when Marvel gives Jonathan Hickman a thing. Are they going to let him finish? Is now the question that I have.
Yeah.
Whenever they give him something, and is it going to be too esoteric for Marvel to want to finish? So like gods, whatever happened to that? I don't know what happened to that. But it's going
Yeah.
to have a tie-in with this, so I'm wondering if some of those characters aren't some of the behind the scenes characters that we're only seeing hands and
Mm.
smiles and whatnot. Also, there's a Black Panther like little one shot spinning out of this. It looks like.
Yeah, so I think this is gonna be 4 issues. The main story is 4 issues, and I think it's gonna have a series of one shots that'll kind of
Yeah,
put other stuff. So I like that a lot because it's a short series that it's easy to keep up with, and it doesn't require a lot of tie-in effort to like do stuff. Sometimes I bet those one shots sometimes are also just to like try out new talent or try out a concept because
mm-hmm.
they did that with some of the X-Men stuff. There was a lot of one shots during the what's it called, when the vampires
Oh, the
blood
Blood Hunt.
blood hunt. Yeah, there was a few X-Men tie-ins that are like Jubilee, Magic, and Psylocke each had one, and they were loosely tied in. But I think those were just tests because then those creators went on to write the ongoing Magic and Psylocke. Jubilee did not get one, unfortunately, so maybe that book didn't do as well, which is a shame because I would have bought, like, those are three of my favorite X-Men characters. So I would have bought that for sure. So all right, let's go to Bring on the Bad Guys Abomination.
Oh,
This is also a series of one shots that are really connected to tell a larger story, but I guess number one sell better, so it's better to do it this way. I like it. In this one, Abomination is in a Wakandan prison, and they need him for something because something is killing people in the area, and they're like, "Well, might as well use this big guy." But then he also has ulterior motives, and these all revolve around how did these bad guys make a deal with Mephisto, and then what does Mephisto get out of that? That's like they all have a backup story that
yeah.
Mark Guggenheim is writing. So it's interesting. It's an interesting way to tell the story. It'll probably read way better altogether, so you can like get all the pieces at once. But I'm enjoying monthly, so that was fun. I think I should have a full review of this one coming out maybe early next week. It's already shot and edited, but I don't drop reviews over the weekend because we do the live shows. So
Yeah.
all right, what else, Jeff?
Tin Can Society number 7.
Are we almost done?
This,
I want to read this, but I just want to read it all at once.
2 issues left. 2 issues
All right.
left. This is the best Iron Man story I've read in quite some time.
Yeah.
Just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I love the first issue, but I knew that I had to pay attention to this one, and I was like, I can't do that on a month. I can't.
It'll definitely read way better once it's all collected. I will probably reread it once it's all collected. Um, but it is really good. It is full of twists and turns.
Oh, I love
And
it.
it almost makes me wonder if who is this? Peter Warren. If Peter Warren didn't maybe pitch it as an Iron Man kind of.
Yeah, maybe. Well, because I think wasn't what's his name? Rick Remender was involved with the first issue, but I think this is all Peter Warren, right? Because it's a Giant Generator book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's right. I forgot that Rick Remender was the.
Very cool. All right. I also read This Ends Tonight. This is the new book from Image. Gary Duggan, Kelvin Mao, Robert Wyndham, Jay Lee, and Jun Chung. This book is just about a couple of sisters that go to Vegas, but then supernatural shit starts to happen, or maybe fantastical, like fantasy stuff starts to happen. They turn out to be part of this like lineage, but man, Jay Lee's doing some really gnarly shit too. Like is 2 guys getting the tops of their heads cut off, like Kill Bill style. So if you want a really cool book that's violent and it also just happens to take place in Vegas, this one, yeah, it's really cool. And then of course, she said the thing. This Ends Tonight. She said that on the like, come on. Yeah, it's really. I didn't know anything about this book other than these guys were on it, and then Image sent us the preview, and I was like, oh, I gotta pick it up. It's really cool.
I'll go look at it. I like that Jay Lee is still out there working. Good stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of interiors because he's doing all these covers. The one thing that I've seen for San Diego Comic-Con that I would definitely want is his variant covers for Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman #1. Like he did variant covers for each one of those titles, and they're gonna be exclusives to San Diego. So hopefully, I can find a way to get some of those.
Yeah, we need a on the spot reporter.
I know I need to make friends with somebody in the West Coast.
I picked up this. This is Pastime #4. This is I like this. This is a book about a vampire who likes playing baseball. Yeah, in baseball. He's a vampire who loved baseball. He gets the person that is a vampire gets turned like during the First World War. And so he becomes a vampire, so he obviously can't go out during the daylight. And then in the 1920s, that's when they invent the light bulb and they start playing nighttime baseball for the first time. So he's like, oh my God, I can play baseball again for the first, whatever. So he goes out, he tries out for this team, and he's like the best player because he's got vampire powers or whatever. And it sounds like a comedy, but it's played very for real. I think it would make a fantastic kind of movie kind of thing. Like it feels
Yeah.
very much like a movie, a real movie. It feels like a movie you would go see in the theater. Uh, uh, yeah, I think it also read very well once it's all collected. Yeah,
Yeah, nice. I did. Yeah, I want to check that out. I was like, Vampires Baseball sounds
yeah.
fun. Match made in heaven. Speaking of Jay Lee, I did get another cover by Jay Lee. This Detective Comics 1099.
Oh,
So
that's a
your
cool
book
cover.
might look more like this.
This is what my book looks like.
I do like that DC's doing like it. It merits the extra dollar that I'm paying for these variants because it's like, well, I get the regular cover and then you're just putting on the board, the extra cover on top of it.
Yeah, that is a cool
Um,
cover. I didn't even
yeah,
look for the all covers.
yeah, it has nothing to do with what's going on in the book either, so that's really fun. This wraps up that Elixir story, which I really enjoyed. I love what's his name, Lee Garbert doing the art for this.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of the Penguin and Harvey Bullock and Batman all having to work together is what
It's a fun.
really, yeah.
Here's my problem with Batman right now is that there's too many
Oh,
Batman books. Which I know DC is like, you can never have too many Batman books, but
I agree. DC and myself agree on that.
But this book, I forget what this book was happening in this book until I pick it up and read it. But this book and Batman and Robin, the Philip Kennedy Johnson book, I love both of them, but I could not tell you if you were to ask me on a random like Tuesday what's going on in one of those books, I'd be like, I can tell you maybe something about it. Once I'm
Yeah,
reading it, I'm like, okay, now everything snaps back into place. But they get so jumbled. I don't like. I know Batman is this terrible hush book that's happening right now, so I'm kind of not even paying attention to it. And I feel like is the next issue
it's
out
almost
next week?
over. It's almost
Yeah.
over. There's one next week, and I think then there's a closing book, and then no, we have to live with it till yeah. So we have two more. This
Two
one,
more.
the August issue, and then September we get the new Matt Fraction stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I know it's around the corner, but I also feel like that's kind of because the first one is like 12 issues, isn't it? Is it
So they're
Hush
doing
one?
6. They're taking a break, and then they're
Oh, I
doing.
see.
I don't know if they'll do the other 6 if that's the case. Because I'm like, why would you want to interrupt a Matt Fraction book to go back to this? So
Is
I'm
it just
saying,
what if the Matt Fraction book starts with him with like Batman just waking up and he's like, what a weird dream, and then he just goes on, and then at the end of
yeah,
his first part, Batman takes a nap, and then it goes
because
back into Hush.
I think that Hush 2 should have been like its own thing separately from the Batman series, like a
Yeah.
Black Label title or something, because it doesn't make sense in the continuity. None of the
Not at all.
characters are acting. They're acting like they would if Batman Hush had kind of just kept playing out, and that was like if Jeff Loeb had continued to write Batman all those years for all these years. It almost feels like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, man. That
Well, I
editor at
think
the Batman office is like, okay, I guess.
yeah, just like do whatever you want. We're not even proofreading the pages.
Yeah.
Just go with it. I have a theory that it is like a scarecrow kind of like the things happening in that book are so bonkers. I'm like, please tell me this literally is some kind of weird dream, alternate reality kind of thing. It's not it can't be in continuity.
I
It's too
I
bonkers.
I almost said something when you said that, but I was like, oh wait, no, that's for the title that issue that comes out next week. Because I read it yesterday so I could do the review.
Uh,
And dude, yeah, you're right. Like
it's
you
it's
described it perfectly. I'm just gonna use those words. I'm just gonna drop in a clip of you saying that in my review.
great, awesome. But yeah, back to this title. I love Penguin and Harvey Bullock together. Weirdly enough, who knew that they would make
They
a
should kind of like. I don't want to tell DC how to run their books, but they should just have a little mini series of them two in the Gotham Underground. Like,
yeah.
like because Harvey's kind of a free agent right now. He's not working with the police. And the Penguin, like he's having all these troubles because people keep trying to like mess with his empire. So let me write
Uh,
to. I don't know who's running the Batman office now.
I don't know. Alfred Pennyworth.
I don't know since
Uh,
Ben Abernathy left. I'm not sure who's running the stuff over there. But
I'm
you
gonna
can keep.
continue with Batman.
Is it your book next? This is my book.
Yeah, I think it's my book, but I'm just gonna continue with the Batman. And here's Batman and Robin, year one, number 9. I'm not. Did you read this week? This book almost made
So
this.
that's one of the books I'm trade waiting, so I'm not there yet.
It's very fun. It's just a straight up Batman adventure. However, this one got me to choke up a little bit because
Oh,
Alfred and Dick Grayson have a moment in this, and you know how special their relationship ends
yeah.
up being. So there's a nice little moment between them in this
I'm
book
glad
where I'm
we
just like,
I'm
oh
glad we
yeah.
get Alfred, even though he's dead. We can still see him in a few titles.
I think he'd be dead for at least another 5 years in normal
Yeah, he's been dead
continuity.
since like 2017, so it's been a while. Like almost because Tom King run started in 2016, and it happened like I Am Vengeance was the first, or yeah, I think no, I Am Suicide was the first arc. So maybe like yeah, maybe 2017, 2018 when Alfred died.
I think they're still getting really good stuff out of him being dead, like and how
Yeah,
they're reacting to that. So I think it'll be a while before we get him back.
they're
But
they're
I'm calling
literally
it
having
now.
their cake and eating it because they just do all these other books where take
Yeah,
place in the past, so that Alfred's there, but he's not
yeah,
in the main.
exactly. Well, in World's Finest a couple of issues ago, they got to travel back. Current day,
Yeah.
Batman and Dick Grayson got to travel back in time and kind of meet
If
up
you
with
see
Alfred.
Bane, run.
Yeah. But I'm calling it now. When they do bring Alfred back, they're bringing back young hot Alfred.
Ooh, maybe like a more absolute Batman looking Alfred. He's not
Yeah.
that
He's gonna
young, but
be.
he's definitely a lot more of a
He'll be
Batman.
like Bruce Wayne contemporary, maybe like a little bit older,
Oh,
but
you
he'll
know
be
who's gonna
like that
bring?
age.
It's gonna be Ra's al Ghul's gonna bring him back to torture the
Mhm.
detective.
Yeah, 100%. It'll be like Hush, where it'll be who's this mystery person, and it turns out to be Alfred.
All right, I'm gonna do this one since I think you have the other one on the list, and I think that kind of closes it. We're pretty even on books that we read this week. This is Gotham City Sirens number 3. That's what the main
Ooh.
cover looks like, but it's the Sirens. They're fighting Despero. Now, full disclaimer, I've already read the full series because I thought it ended next week, and I just wanted to do one long video for everything. But it turns out it ends in 2 weeks with issue number 5 because these have been coming out weekly. Because the
Oh,
last
okay.
series was only 4 issues. I thought it was going to be only 4 issues, so I was like, oh, let me get ahead of the game. I get to the end of issue 4, and they're like, to be continued. I'm like, what the hell? Luckily, these are coming out weekly, and DC allows us to read like a couple of weeks in advance. But it's really fun. Like, yeah, I love the way that oh, what's her name? Leah Williams writes Harley and Ivy and Catwoman. And then them fighting Despero just feels insane because Despero is like a world-ending threat level guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really cool. I like it a lot. But yeah, well, I'm gonna do a full video covering because I did a review for issue 1, and then I'll just do one doing the whole series. So all right, and then I think this is maybe the last one you have.
I've got 3 more, my friend.
Oh, okay,
I've
go for
got
it.
World's Finest,
Oh, okay,
number
yeah.
41. This had a fun moment in it. Uh, so they're trapped in a bizarro world. Batman, Superman, and Robin, Dick Grayson, because it takes
Mhm.
place in the past. My favorite part of this is we start off with Dick Grayson not knowing where he is because he did not realize he got sucked into this wormhole, and all of a
Oh,
sudden he's being chased by bizarros. And then Batman finally catches up with him, but Batman sneaks up on him. And Robin's like, "Oh my God, where have you guys been?" Blah blah blah. And Batman's like, "We need to work on your situational awareness because I should not have been able to sneak up on you." And Robin
yeah,
is like, "Can we not talk about this right now?" But it's what I like about this, and because it's Mark Waid in both, like it's both Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson.
yep.
It's kind of covering the same ground, and I like that they have this. It's a much more playful parent teenager relationship between Bruce and Dick, where they kind of like Dick is like, "You're so serious all the time, Bruce. Like, calm down,"
Relax,
kind of thing.
homie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
relax. Yeah, Mark Waid's great at writing that relationship. I think.
I love I Mark Waid's doing just so many fun things at
Yeah,
DC right now.
yeah.
It's bananas. All right, the last book I actually read, I think. Oh, actually, I have one more, but I don't have it physically with me because I read it on the app. But I'll talk about that later. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 10, The Trial of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I thought we were gonna get an actual trial, and it looks like we're just gonna get more shenanigans. But what I do love is that I love how those first issues are now kind of the first 4 issues are kind of now reverberating all through the story.
Yeah.
Right? They keep kind of calling back to each one of those. And at least the turtles seem to be, for the most part, on the same page again. So it took a whole 10 issues to do that, though. That's
I was gonna say
crazy.
it took 10 issues for them to get back together.
That's almost
It's
a
kind of a
year of
trial.
comic books.
Yeah. I'm glad they finally are all kind of together, and there's a bit of a trial, kind of.
It's like a Law and Order trial, though. Like it doesn't. It's not like a real trial.
I read New Gods,
New God.
number 8. Not much happens in this issue. They have dinner is basically all that happens. It's one of those.
Oh, I mean, they've made whole movies about just a dinner.
Yeah.
So, give us your last one, and then I'll talk because I don't have the other book physically with me.
Oh well, that
And then
was
we can
the
go over our to read pile as well because I got a whole other. I have a whole other pile of books that I bought that I haven't read.
So that was everything I read. The thing
okay.
I have not read this week is so far is
The
Blood Brothers
Blood
Mother, but this is the final issue of this.
Okay.
So I need to go back and I started reading and I was like, oh, I need the refresher. So I'm gonna pull out, but since it's the last issue, I might just read all of them together.
So I've gone back. I'm rereading. I know it's very recent, but I'm just rereading Batman Dark Patterns because I want to do some videos for that, and because it's broken up so nicely for me. Like I read issues 1, 2, and 3, which are the first little part of the story. So I'm working on a video for that. Then once that's done, I'm gonna. But yeah, I'm rereading Batman Dark Patterns. Once again, I tell you, that's probably the best Batman book on the shelves. And you just named a whole lot of really good books. With the Batman and Robin year 1 and the world, even the World's Finest, and not Hush, but everything else pretty much is
everything
really
else, Batman and Robin.
It's like
Jason
Batman
Todd,
Dark Patterns, all the other Batman books, and then Hush.
And then Hush way down at the very bottom.
Unfortunately. But man, the one thing I'll say about Hush is that Jim Lee still has the juice, man. He still can show you a really cool looking comic book, even if the story makes no freaking sense. Like I don't know. There's something about it takes me back,
Yeah, it does take me back a little bit. It feels. I hate to say it. It feels dated. It definitely, the artwork feels dated.
For sure. But it also makes me like, because he's one of the Hush was one of the first stories that I read when I started reading comics, like full time. So like it just does take me back to that night. There's a lot of nostalgia fog on that one for me, at least with the art. The story, I can 1% agree that it's nonsense.
I'm a little surprised that he doesn't do more of his own, like, because DC owns the Wildstorm characters.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you throw in a variant with Grifter on there? Like, these are your characters. Like, Spartan's got to be out there somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know how he squeezed time to do this, because he's always like he's gonna be here in August, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at like some show like the NTX comic show or something in Frisco.
His kid went to SMU in Dallas, and before she went, he was here at a Comic-Con, and I'm doing a panel and stuff, and he said that while he was in town, they were going to go visit SMU for his kid. And he's like, so if anybody knows anything about SMU, and I like raised my hand, I was like, that's where I went to school. And so he called me up after the panel to talk to me about SMU for like,
really?
It was like a little 30-second, kind of thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
I got a private.
When was
this had to be like 6 years ago, maybe, or something like that, because she's
nice.
already graduated from SMU, according to his Instagram. So
yeah, he was also here because he went to the Grapevine Grapevine the Gaylord and Grapevine, where they have that DC paper lamps exhibit or whatever. I saw him. I saw pictures of that on his Instagram. So, and look,
Is
we're
that
not
still up?
stalking Jim Lee. Yeah, it's going on till September. So,
Man, I need to go
I
see
need to
that.
make time to go to that.
Yeah,
It's just been
that
pretty
looks
busy on the
cool.
weekends. So, maybe once the kids get back to school, then I can do. Oh, I guess that's close to September though. Yeah, I need to do that August sometime. So, all right. I got a few more books that I bought, but I haven't read. I picked this up. They did a reprint of Wolverine's Revenge in black and white. So, I love a gimmick. I'm still
Too gimmicky
buying
for me.
Nightwing, although I'm way behind on this, but this is as long as Dan Waters still writing this, I'm gonna check it out because I really like his stuff. Um uh X-Men, I got 2 covers of that because I couldn't pick. Peach Momoko does that to me. Here's a Batman and Robin that you showed us earlier. Did you? Well, I guess I don't know if you picked any of these up, but Post Malone, Dallas's own Post Malone,
No.
has a new comic called Big Rig. So I picked up the Daniel Warren Johnson cover. I went to Zoos yesterday and they had this, and then this is the regular cover. So I'm gonna go to the Racing Canes on Norwest Highway. That I know that's one of his locations. That's the one that is Dallas Cowboys themed, like on the outside. Like it's not the regular Raising Canes colors. It's like gray, silver and blue.
Where's
Um,
this Raising Canes on Northwest Highway?
it's on
On
Norwest
the
Highway and 35, very close to like man, I'm trying to not name strip clubs and give you another.
I'm giving you. I can just look at my maps here. And
It's where
yeah,
the
I
Studio
got
Movie
you.
Grill is on Norwest
Ah, okay,
Highway,
yeah,
around
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
area.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, there's got to be another landmark other than like all the strip clubs that are behind that place. Uh, but that one is his that's one of his locations. I think one of the Highland Park locations is his as well. He's a big franchisee with and he. But anyways, I haven't read this, but I'm really interested in seeing what Vault and Post Malone are doing with this. And then Adrian, I think, yeah, Adrian Wassell, who's one of the editors and owners of Vault, like he's co-writing that with him. So I'm pretty excited to check it out. And then Daniel Warren Johnson, like he's just drawing a transformer, really. Like this is just Optimus Prime. If he was a,
Yeah,
you
it was
know,
fun.
I picked up Ghost Pepper. I haven't read it, but it looks really cool. I don't know.
I almost
I
picked
don't
it
know.
up. It was just too big of a week.
Yeah, it really
Also,
was.
I'm trying to do the thing where I'm like, if I'm gonna read it, maybe I should just trade weight on some of these things.
That's
Especially like the
yeah,
image books, like where you're like, it's gonna be, well, you hope it's gonna be 6 issues or 5 or 6 issues
yeah.
written for the trade.
I picked up House of M, Giant Size
I
House of M.
dropped out of that. That's
I
the
know
other
that was
X-Men
just a
title I
I
guess I
really
dropped
like
out
the
of.
cover because I didn't even pick up the last issue. I just picked this up for the cover. You already showed us World's Finest. And the thing on my next to read is Catacomb of Torment, the new anthology from Oni and EC Comics. I did find at Zeus the wraparound Marvel swimsuit cover that I
Nice.
wanted. And then I wish Josh was here because I picked this up just to show him, but it's like a variant of the Conan the Barbarian by
Oh
Dan
wow, look at
Penosian.
that.
It just looked cool. Like I'm not even reading this book. This is completely a Josh thing. But it looked cool. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess you can see that a little better
Oh,
without the
that's
foil.
cool.
But
I'm pretty sure I have an old X Force that is signed by Dan Penosian,
oh,
but it's like the 90s Dan Penosian art where he's mimicking Liefeld, like Rob Liefeld and
okay, okay.
so it's like all apologies to Dan Penosian. It's awful artwork. It's just like it's so like 90s like cross hatching and like where he's
Yeah,
mimicking that style. Uh and I don't even know, like I don't even know how I got this comic because I don't think I've ever met Dan Penosian or anything. Maybe I did at a con and he just signed it. And I just don't remember. But like I have to go and look it up and look and see if I still have it because I know I had his signature at one point in time. And knowing like what his artwork is now, I'm
I
just like, oh, does
know.
it have to be this
Like
random X? X-Force.
He's just doing all these really, really cool covers. All right. Jeff, do you have? I want to talk about the stuff that's coming out next week, but before we do that, did you watch anything this week that you want to talk about on
The
TV
only
or
thing I
movies
really,
or anything?
I've really been enjoying my. I got a. I think I told you guys about a month ago or 2 months ago. I had to get a new TV, so I have a Roku TV now, which
Mhm.
has all the Roku channels on it, and it reminds me of just like old school cable. And now during the daytimes when I work from home, I just will channel flip and watch all kinds of like random things that I've never seen before. It's it's how I wish Netflix were, because it just has like, oh, this is all your British baking shows are together. All your baking shows are in one kind of lump together on like a channel kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know there's not anyway. So I've been watching this TV show called Scorpion, which is stupid but funny.
Oh,
Uh,
is it like some kind of procedural,
it's like a
like the
procedural
agency? Yeah, yeah,
where like every third character is like a wacky science guy. I think it's
yes,
supposed to be it's like a think tank kind of thing. But like yeah, so every other character is like the sexy, serious one, and then there's like a wacky science guy with glasses who is quirky. And I'm just like,
yes,
this
with
show is
Catherine
so
McPhee.
much. Yeah, it's Catherine McPhee.
Catherine
Uh,
McPhee. Yeah, I almost watched that because of her, because I was a big fan of Smash.
and like Justin Lin is a producer on it. It's got some crazy like names attached to it.
Yeah.
But what I really did, the thing I enjoyed watching this week was Walking with Dinosaurs. BBC's and PBS are airing a new version of it. The thing I love most about it is the way they set up each episode is like, here's archaeologists doing a dig. Oh, we really found this, the Triceratops bones, and then they concoct this fictional story where they name a dinosaur and we get to see it trying to live its life and whatnot, and it ends up dying because it's bones now. But I love how they're like they're like brushing dust off the bones, and they're like, look at this claw mark here, and then it jumps into like the dinosaur must have gotten a claw mark from trying to eat berries, and then another dinosaur came down and swooped on. Like it's these epic stories off of just I like the way that the setup and it's a little ridiculous, and I enjoy it. I
Yeah.
enjoy how they do it.
Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Um, well, in between Superman viewings and me watching all the seasons of Top Chef backwards, um, I did squeeze in a few movies last weekend. First, I watched the Karate Kid Legends movie.
Oh,
It's
is it
really
good?
fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's a Karate Kid movie, so it's like what I really like, and I thought it was really interesting was the first half of the movie, because it's very close to 2 hours. So like the first 45 minutes of the movie are like about this kid and his mom, who's Ming Na Wen is his mom. And they moved to New York from China. They leave everything behind. And it's kind of like a coming of age story about this kid that has to live in a new city and make new friends and all that, and he's not allowed to practice martial arts because of something that happened. And then the second half of the movie is like they remember, like, oh wait, this is a Karate Kid movie. We got to have a tournament. Uh, and then Jackie Chan shows up, and then like Ralph Macchio eventually shows up, and they're like, we're gonna train the crap out of this kid. Big montage, and then big tournament, and yeah, it's really. I mean, you really are
It's a
getting
Karate Kid
everything.
movie.
It's a Karate Kid movie, so I had a good time with it. Then also because of Superman, I was on a Nicholas
Does
Holt
it
kick
does it
where
feel like
uh,
a beginning of a new Karate Kid universe?
they could follow. So I will say this. What's the name of the actor? He's really good. The main, I think he was in American
The
Born
kid,
Chinese. Is it
the
Ben?
kid
Yeah,
part of
Ben
Karate Kid.
Wang. Uh, he's really good. He's very charismatic. I can see him like. I think he's gonna be in that Hunger Games movie, the new one that's coming out next year. He plays Wyatt Call. I think he's gonna be one of the younger. Anyways, yeah, he's just very charismatic, very good. And I had heard really good things about him anyway. So yeah, I recommend it if it comes to your TV at some point and somehow one of your streaming services. Definitely check it out. So
I was kind of hoping there was a post credit scene where Hilary Swank shows up at the end and she's like, I can train this kid.
they give you the next best thing, I think, in the kind of
Okay.
like ending of that. So
Okay,
I'll
good.
that's all I'll say.
All right.
And it's
Good.
not, and it has nothing to do with Jaden Smith because that would not be the next best thing to Hillary Swank. So that's all I'll say about that.
All right, good. Then I'm in.
Next, because I was watching some Nicholas Hoult interviews and David Cornsweet and Rachel Rosnahan were saying that they loved him in that movie The Order that he did last year, and I had never seen it. I watched it. Man, the movie is really good. Like you get this like gristle Jude Law who plays like a federal agent, and Nicholas Hoult is part of this like hate group in the 70s, like a white supremacist group in the 70s, and they're like, but they're also like bank robbers. So that's why the police are kind of after them. Yeah, it's really good. It's on, I think it's on Netflix or HBO. I watched it in one of the things that I have. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was surprising.
You could go back and watch About a Boy and then have that be like your Phantom Menace, where you just like this is young Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And eventually he becomes.
So I'll do About a Boy, Warm Bodies.
Yeah.
Throw in some X-Men films. He's had a very like. We could have a Nicholas Hoult show and just kind of talk about all his movies.
Nicholas Hoult through the
He's been
ages.
in a lot of stuff. Here, I have Letterboxd pulled up. Let me really quickly pull up his filmography. Just from the past year, Nosferatu, which I think we both seen, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch The Menu, the Ralph Fiennes movie where he's a chef?
I haven't. I've started it. I never finished.
I recommend it. It's pretty cool. Mad Max Fury Road, the last role that he had to shave his head for, where he was one of the war boys. He was in Deadpool 2 as a quick cameo. The X-Men films, of course. Juror Number 2 last year, that HBO original movie with that Clint Eastwood directed.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Favorite, but I think it won an Oscar or something.
It's good. It's really good.
He was in Renfield, which like he was probably the best part of Renfield along with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah. Like I said, Warm Bodies, Clash of the Titans, which I've seen. He was Tolkien in the Tolkien movie.
That's right. He was clashing.
Dude, he's so prolific. Like he might be one of the actors that I've seen the most movies on, especially if you include all the X-Men stuff. Like he was in 4 of those.
I forgot that he was in Clash of the Titans, and I forgot that he was in that. I was watching Clash of the Titans like just as background, like a month ago or something, and looked at the television. And was like, "Is that Nicholas Hoult?" And then he like ends up getting killed by the Medusa. I think like literally like 5 minutes after I was like, "He's in this movie," and I've since forgotten and then remembered again.
And then I think the Wrath of the Titans, the sequel, one of those is Henry Cavill in it. I don't know if it's Clash.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's Clash. I think it's the sequel. Henry Cavill's in one of those movies where they just redid a Greek mythology. But he was also in Those Who Wish Me Dead, that Angelina Jolie movie where she's like a fire jumper in the woods.
Yeah.
That also came out just to HBO. And somehow he's in the Garfield movie. I haven't seen that one. Oh, he voices John.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so like, dude, prolific Nicholas Hoult. So yeah, go check out The Order. If you like crime, like gritty crime movies, you'll enjoy The Order.
Cool.
And the last thing, and we can move on to what we're looking forward to next week to wrap up the show. I watched Opus because it just hit Max. It's an A24 movie with Ao Edebiri, but it's about like this celebrity played by John Malkovich. Like they were a celebrity, kind of like a David Bowie, Michael Jackson type of celebrity, like where they were like worldwide big. And he comes back like all these years later out of retirement to do one more one more album, and he invites like very specific people to his secluded ranch, which feels a lot like a cult. And then it's an A24 movie, so things get weird. Yeah, I think it's pretty enjoyable.
My
It's a
roommates
wacky premise.
were watching it in the other room as I was walking through, and so I was like stopped and watched for like 5 minutes of it or whatever. It's got a stacked cast. The cast is
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the songs they made original songs for the movie. One of them, like the main one, it's kind of like I put it on my. It's called Diane Simone or something like that. I put it on my playlist. It's really good.
Made the playlist.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
all right, that's all I have. Now, Jeff, do you have anything that you're looking forward to next week in comics?
You know what? I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Other than what I already know is on your pull list, the Thundercats Powerpuff Girls crossover.
100%. I would. Yes, 100%.
We do have Martian Manhunter, Absolute Martian Manhunter coming back next week from the little break. But I think at the top of my list, and this is a book that I have read, but I do want to shout it out, and we'll cover it. The new Godzilla #1, this new Kaisei Universe Godzilla that IDW is relaunching. It's very cool. Tim Seeley doing some really rad things, and the artist is Nicola Sismesha, that does a really very dynamic, very manga inspired type of art style. So yeah, that's probably that's at the top of my pile, along with the new history of the DC universe #2 is coming out.
I was gonna say that,
and then the
new Jeff the Land Shark comes out.
Yeah. The other thing I'm looking forward to is The Voice Said Kill #1 from Image. It's written by Cy Spurrier, who I love, especially like if you check out his Legion run. But it's drawn by Vanessa Del Rey, who did the art for that 16 Exorcism at 1600 pen book. Yeah. So those are kind of the highlights for me next week. So I don't know, Jeff, if you have anything else, or if did I take up all the good things?
You as I put them through, I was like, "Oh, you named all the good stuff." I do want.
It's a small week compared to this week.
I opened up the thing and I was like, I got the first 5 things are on my pull list: Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, Superman, Uncanny, Justice League, all on the pull list. Void Rivals.
Jeff,
history.
When you read that issue of Superman, the new one, I need you to let me know what you think, because it has a really neat surprise, I think.
Is this the one where he fights the Dark Legion? Yeah. I do like that they're starting to tether the stuff from the absolute dark side universe into the normal DC universe.
I'm just glad they didn't forget about it.
Exquisite
like,
Corpses.
Oh yeah, we got stuff to do. So
yeah, it feels like they're still building to things.
Cool.
Yeah, that's about everything.
Okay. Well, good. Yeah, we don't need to force it. Of course, we've already talked about this yesterday, but if you missed it, Jeff and I will be watching Fantastic Four First Steps at some time next week. And then Josh will watch it when he comes back from his trip. So we should be able to do that in a couple of weeks. So next week, come back. Jeff and I maybe will revisit this From the Ashes era of X-Men titles.
I'm going to see. I was going to say, sorry. I'm going to see the new. What is it? I still know what you did 4 summers ago.
Yeah.
I know what you did 20 years ago during summer.
Let me know if you recommend it. What I wanted to do this morning was to go watch Eddington, the new Ari Aster movie about the pandemic, because I feel
I'd like to go see Eddington too.
It's relatively, it's been 5 years since it started, so like I guess it is about that time to kind of revisit the topic maybe. And then of course,
I feel like there's never going to be enough Pedro Pascal this week.
Dude,
I need watch as much Pedro Pascal as I can this week.
We could watch 2 new Pedro Pascal movies this week if we watch if I find the time to watch Eddington and then Fantastic Four, and be like, damn, this dude's got range.
That's right.
Got range.
That's a fantastic stretch.
To close up the show, I want to ask you: did you watch that little clip from Fantastic Four where Reed's giving an interview?
at the podium.
Yeah.
Like he's at the
Where they're
podium.
like, I
I
think
started
they've
to
been
watch
showing
it.
it everywhere. It's on
So I
everywhere.
started to watch it, and the reporter asked the question about Galactus, and I dropped out of the. I was like
Oh,
out
okay. I
because I'm
won't. Well,
just like,
actually, if you haven't seen it and you're this close to the film, maybe don't watch it. But
yeah, I get the
we'll talk about
feeling
it during the
like
review.
when James Gunn, when we talked a couple of episodes ago about how James Gunn, when they talked about the David Corn sweat like flying and the weird framing, and then eventually James Gunn said, well, the marketing people didn't like, they just kind of ran with it with an unfinished shot. I feel like Marvel's marketing people, like they get the whole movie and they cut things together and they're like, put it all out there, this will get out there. But I'm like, no, you're ruining like major, what could be major plot points and
Yeah.
stuff. And
I
so
feel
I'm just
like
like,
this
I don't,
very similar to Superman. I feel like we're only gonna see like the first, like they're only been working with the first 20 minutes of the film,
you
the
think?
Fantastic Four film. I think so because going back, if you think about all the marketing for Superman, I think we talked about it yesterday. Josh maybe brought it up. Like they really only gave us like there was a few like little clips from later on, but the big gist of it was the like in the first 20 minutes or so of the movie, the fight that he loses, the hammer of Barovia stuff, the kaiju distraction, that all happens fairly early on in the movie, and it's a 2-hour
Yeah, that's
movie. So,
true.
but
That's
yeah,
true.
okay. I'll ask you again. Remind me to ask you because I
But I will
wanna.
say that,
Yeah,
like, I did start to see like tweets, threads, whatever they are, of people that do get early screenings. They're not full on reviews, but they're just kind of vibe reviews, and all of them have been positive so far.
I
So
same. I've been trying to stay away from it. Like I know the Break Room, which is a channel that I watch on YouTube. Like they did a whole thing about it, and I just want to stay away from all that. I mean, we're so close. Like, there's no point to it at this time for me to like even. So yeah, don't even look for that clip if you haven't ran across it. Like,
yeah, I
don't even
try
go.
whenever I see Fantastic Four stuff, I'm just like, if the
Yeah,
commercial pops on,
I don't.
whatever.
So, but yeah, very exciting stuff. All right, we're getting the call already from our producer.
Wrap it up.
Said the same thing yesterday.
I know. Well, I mean,
He's so
he's very
impatient.
good about timing,
Yeah,
if anything.
he
Uh, so, well, that'll do it for today. Thanks everybody for watching. We can find us now. Jeff, you still do a lot of cool stuff on TikTok, which I don't look at all the time, but sometimes I go into edit videos in there to post on the shorts, and your
yeah.
videos will come up. And I just
I'm
really like when you put them on Instagram too. So make sure to go check out comics and stuff with Jeff on Instagram if you want to see him bagging and boarding his books like everybody else should. I like that you kind of force yourself to keep up with the bagging and boarding of your books by making it a video.
that's how I was like, you know what? I bet I could just like set up my camera while I do this in my real life, everyday life, and just talk about what
Yeah,
I'm doing while I'm doing it.
yeah. So
So,
okay,
but it
but
also
yeah,
means
hope
I
you
have
like this
to
stuff.
keep up with buying bags and boards because when I run out, I'm like, oh, I can't. I need to go get some.
A big. I mean, if you want to get them at your shop, please do so. But if you're looking for them a little bit cheaper, the Movie Trading Company on Greenville has comic supplies a lot cheaper because I think they
Really?
just because they have a big comic selection. I think they just buy them in bulk and they'll put some out to sell. That's usually when I'm in the area. I always stop by to pick up like the 100 thing of boards, and
Bags and boards?
their bags are cheap, and they also have like Silver Age size, and they have different. Yeah, they have a surprising amount of comic book supplies, and sometimes they have these the boxes that are like the short boxes that are like wrapped around. I
Oh
guess
yeah,
they
yeah,
get
yeah.
the old, maybe they get the old ones, and
Huh.
they'll have them for
I'll
like
have to still.
$10 instead of 15 or whatever the shop sells them for. But they're like some of the older ones because I picked up a few things that I missed on the shop there as well. So
I'll have to go there.
there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's what there's your Sunday. There's a lot of cool
Good
stuff to do in
tips.
that area, anyways. So all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah, that'll do it. Let's get out of here. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hell, Bebo.
Peter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right. Bye.